Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How were your holidays?
They were good. They were
Yeah.
good. Although this is such a weird time of year in the like gray area between holidays and really getting going for the new year. So I've struggled with remembering what day it was for the last few days.
Yeah. Same. And it doesn't normally happen to me, but for some reason this year I had a really hard time with what day is it? What time is it? What am
Yeah,
I supposed to go to work today? Do we have school today? What?
yeah,
Does anybody
right.
need me today?
Yeah. What am I supposed to be doing? Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you typically do around New Year's? Do you make goals for yourself or do any of that kind of stuff?
I used to make goals or resolutions, and then would be really good about whatever it was for like 2 or 3 months and then not, and then experience a lot of shame
Mm.
because I could never follow through with them. So I've started setting intentions for the new year. So kind of like hopes for the new year, or um what I want to feel in the new year, as opposed to like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the gym for 30 days. And yeah, that's been kind of the practice I've adopted lately. What about you?
I like that a lot. I struggle with it because I've never really, I think I just didn't set resolutions because I knew I wasn't going to stick with it for a whole year and I would rather just not have it than have it and fail.
Yep.
Um, but I was reading something recently that kind of outlined the difference between intentions and resolutions. And I really liked the way that it phrased it. Don't ask me what it was because I don't remember. Um, but resolutions are like future focused. They
Hmm.
are what I'm going to do for this entire year, and I can't accomplish it today. It means that I have to have consistency over all of these different factors that I can't predict, that I can't control, that I don't know what things are going to look like 6 months from now.
Yeah.
Versus an intention is now focused.
Yeah.
What am I going to do versus how am I going to be?
Mm.
Now focused on, for today, I'm going to take a breath and I am going to work on being present in my now.
Yeah.
I can't promise that I'm going to do it next week, but I'm going to make an effort to. And if I get off track, then I'll take another breath and get back on it. But it's something that I can self-evaluate a little bit better, get on track a little bit better, and not feel as shameful around kind of the ebb and flow.
Yeah. Yeah. I never thought of it that way. I really like that, like future focused versus now focused. I always thought of it, or from like personally thought of it as, rather than what am I going to do, what goal am I going to accomplish? Because like you said, you never know what's going to happen 3 months, 6 months,
Right.
9 months from now. Lots of things can happen to throw that off. I'm also the kind of person who my motivation changes
Mm-hmm.
week to week.
Yes.
Um, so the me today is going to be very different than the me next week and the following week. And that me might not agree with the resolution that I set.
Yeah.
Um, so when I do an intention, it's more about how do I want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's I want to feel more calm in my body next year. I want to feel more peace in my body next year. So then the how does that happen can kind of unfold as we explore that throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a discovery versus, but the goal is like coming back to how, like, I want to feel in my
Mm-hmm.
body. Do I want to feel more connected? So then that turns into this intention of reaching out to my people more often, as opposed to a resolution of I'm going to call 5 friends every week and I'm going to go out to like, yeah, it feels like there's more flexibility with
Yeah,
intention.
I like that. That works really well for me too, and kind of thinking about it through the lens of neurodivergence and um, how what calmness or peace looks like or feels like in my body, or what brings me that today might be really different than what brings me that another day, depending on what's happening with my sensory systems and how um, itchy my clothes are at any given time, or that sort of thing. Where sometimes, you know, being calm and present for me might look like coloring.
Yeah.
But then next week it looks like I need to get outside
Yes.
and I need to walk or I need to dig in the dirt. And that the goal isn't how many dirt digs did I
Yeah.
do or pages did I color. The goal is how often did I find my way into the way that I want to be and the way that I want to feel and show up.
Yeah. And again, for me, there's less shame involved because I'm not failing at something. I'm not making a promise to myself and then not upholding it
Mhm,
because I set a realistic or unrealistic expectation.
mhm.
It's more it's in line with a lot of the like work that we do of just, okay, so let's check in with your body.
Mhm.
What do you need? Check in with your internal system. What is coming up for them?
Yeah.
And really being able to listen to me more, but have that kind of guiding intention of I want to feel more in alignment with myself this year.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that look like?
Right.
I don't know. Let's take 2025 to explore what that looks like.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I really love that. So what is your intention for 2025?
hmm, I want I'm like not completely clear on the wording, but like I know it internally. It's this like I want to feel more peace and calm internally, but I don't want to repress
Mhm,
the emotions that come up. So for me in the past, peace and calm is shutting the shit down. Like
mhm,
anger, no way. Anxiety, no way. Like repressing and numbing.
mhm.
And that's not what I want. I want to be able to maintain some sort of balance of peace and calm, but also find a way to still express and experience whatever's coming up without it overtaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, however you want to put that in words as an intention.
I get the gist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I think mine is all kind of around balance for 2025 is, you know, do I feel balanced in my now,
Yeah.
which for me is being able to be now and not stress over something that hasn't happened or something that already happened and I'm ruminating over, or any of those things, and being able to acknowledge what is coming up for me and manage what's coming up for me without returning to old patterns of reactivity or um, keeping busy to stay disconnected.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, hiding at work.
Hmm.
Um, so I think for me, it's about making sure that I feel balanced,
Hmm.
and that's an internal check-in
Yeah.
that will look different a lot.
And I love that because when I think of balance, that's not like I'm perfectly just like this. Balance is a constant, like
Yeah,
readjusting and reassessing. And
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, an awareness.
Yeah. I love
Yeah,
that. Well, thank you for sharing that with me.
likewise. We can check in again in a year and see what we think about it.
Yep. Sounds good. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. See you soon.
Thanks.